Hi, today I'll show you the difference between what we call a local variable and a global variable. A local variable is a variable that you define inside a function or inside the main, which is also a function, which is the main program, and the variable can be used only in that block. It is not recognized in different blocks, like different functions, and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, I wrote a very small program here, and the program has a function. I defined it, I declared it here. Function is called function1. It receives an argument which is an integer, and it returns an integer. All the function does is just multiply the integer that it receives as an argument or as a parameter by 2 and returns it to the calling program. So if we look at the function definition, it's very simple. Here's the function, function1, and the parameter is called arg, and what I do is I print inside the function, I print the value of arg. Arg is, here's the value, and then I just declared a variable which is a local variable I, and it's an integer, and I entered 5 into that variable. I print that variable here, I equals %di, so it will print the value 5, and then I return the argument or the parameter times 2. So whatever the function gets, it returns double that. So let's see how we use the function inside the program. Here's the program main, and I declare here integer I equals 20, which is a local variable inside main. Pay attention, it's the same name, I here and I here, but they are different because I here is local for function1 and I here is local for main. And then I define j, and I enter a value of 10 into j, and then I print the value of j, and then I call the function1, and I print the result on j, because I call function1 with a parameter which is j, and j has 10 in it. So this should print j, which is equals to 10, and function1 result on j, which is doubling j, so 10 times 2, it's supposed to give us 20 here. And when we call the function, inside the function we have a printing of the argument. The argument, I called it with a 10, so the argument or parameter is going to be 10, so it's going to print 10, and then it's going to print I, which I defined here, which is 5, so it will print 5. So let's run it and see how it works. Okay, so I'm running, I call it local global. And I received arg is 10, that's the printing from inside the function1, and then I received I equals 5, which is also from inside the function, and then j equals 10 is from main, and function1 result on j, which is 20, is also from main. So the first two printing, let me put /n so we can get each one on a separate line. So I have /n here, but I don't have it here. So put /n here and also here, and I will put another print which will say where am I. So I'll put printf inside function /n, close it, and in the main I'll put printf inside main, so we will know inside main we'll know which print came from where. So compiling it. So let's run it again. And this time it's gonna be clearer. Okay, first it says, let's clear it and do it again so we won't get confused with the previous results. Okay, so first it says inside main, then inside function, and then it prints arg is 10, I equals 5, and then j equals 10, and function1 result on j is 20. So now we'll do another thing. What we'll do is we'll eliminate I here and just put it in a comment, and let's see if the function takes the I from here, which is the main. Let's try to compile. No, it gave us an error. We can't compile. It says I was not declared in this scope. So the fact that we have I here in the main will not help us in the function because we don't have a declaration of I, and as I said, it's a different blocks, so it doesn't recognize it. So now we'll get to the point, and what we'll do is we'll declare I as a global variable. We'll take it out of here and we'll put it before the main. And now I declared I here, and let's see if now the function prints the value of I. Let's first see if it compiles. This time it compiles. And let's go and run the program again. And this time it recognized the I, and it says inside function arg is 10, I is 20, because I put I as a global variable. So everything inside any function will recognize I as a variable because now I is defined here, and that's considered a global variable. If we define it before the main and every other function will recognize this global variable, and we will see a use of that global variable when we do the program of the game of life. So this is it about global variable.